One of the things that has disturbed me a lot is Christians who have never opened the Quran and don't know anything about Islam since these attacks. They're all, so many are so sure that every Muslim wants to kill Christians and every Muslim wants to establish the caliphate around the world, and every Muslim is an extremist. So that's why we can't admit Syrian refugees, and why we might need to start registering Muslims. But fear clouds people's judgment, and people get crazy and say crazy things. We're dealing with a radicalized, violent expression of a 1,500-year-old world religion, Islam. Today, the group du jour is ISIS, and 10 years ago it was Al-Qaeda, and 10 years before that it was somebody else, and 10 years from now it might be somebody different. So it's not really so much about the group, but about the phenomenon. And I think that actually the world of religion scholars is really, really needed right now to help us understand what is happening when a religious community spawns an extreme fringe that turns to violence. I always emphasize that at least the three Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, have all shown the potential to spawn a radical fringe and a violent radical fringe. And for that matter, it wasn't always fringy. Christianity produced an awful lot of violence for an awful lot of centuries. And in Judaism, it was interesting because they were essentially powerless for 2,000 years politically, but after the Holocaust and the birth of the modern state of Israel and the gradual emergence of after the occupation of the West Bank and so on, now you have a kind of a religious extremist settler in Israel that shares some of the same kind of propensity to violence in the name of God and the name of the political agenda that they're pursuing. So this is not solely a problem in Islam, at least these three religions. Political campaigns often express the worst of people, and I think we're seeing that. But we have to watch out for being sucked into that and worsening tensions that are, in many ways, relatively low level here compared to a lot of other places.